The king's gambit sucks. That's what the grandmasters say. They say that it's outdated, it doesn't work anymore. But you're not going to be playing against the grandmasters. You're going to be playing Dave, who plays chess to relax after his 9 to 5. He won't be relaxing for long though, because you're about to smoke him. Let me show you how to destroy with this insane, chaotic opening and win fast. The king's gambit starts with e4, e5, and f4. The point is you are sacrificing a pawn to divert it away and play d4 sometime in the future. You can't play it directly after though, because of the move queen h4. Now the king needs to move and it's very uncomfortable. So instead of that, if they do take, you'll play knight f3 first, stopping this move. In this situation, there are 4 main moves. There is g5, protecting this pawn. There is d6, which is called the Fischer variation. And then there is knight f6 and knight c6. Let's start with the move g5. If you see g5, you should play the move h4. Historically, there was another move that was more popular, that being bishop c4. The point is, if they play g4, you will sacrifice your knight. Pawn takes, queen takes. So you can build up this attack to eventually target f7. This definitely can work, but it's quite dangerous and it's bad if your opponent knows what he's doing. Instead of that, we will just play h4. Here, there's only 2 good moves. Those are g4 and d5. But why do f6 and h6 not work? h6 simply doesn't work because once you take this pawn, they cannot take back because you will end up taking that rook. f6 doesn't work because if they do play it, you have the brilliant move knight takes g5. If they take it back, you can play queen h5 check, and what's going to end up happening is, let's say they play the best moves, you will end up winning that knight back. This king is out in the open, it simply can't castle, there's no pawns protecting it here, and you are much better than your opponent. They can also play d5, but most people will definitely not play this. We'll cover this later. For now, let's look at g4. Okay, when you see the move g4, you have 2 options. Knight e5 or knight g5. The knight e5 variation is considered the main line nowadays. It's called the Kazertsky Gambit. And this is called the Alligator Gambit. Now, if you play knight g5, this is a completely trapped knight. The point is you sacrifice it for the king to come out. But again, you're just sacrificing in hope your opponent makes a mistake and you win. Instead of that, you should play the move knight e5. The point of knight e5 is to attack that pawn. As simple as that, and your knight is on f7. It can see it. Maybe there can be an attack on that soon. Here, most people will either play d6, h5, or maybe knight f6. If they play h5, you can now play the move bishop c4. Now, there are 2 pieces looking over here. f7 is always a weak point for the king, so now there's quite a good attack coming here. Now black will have to play something like knight h6. You can play d4. Now this bishop opens up too. It's very scary for black. I mean, already here, the only move is d6. To which you can play knight d3. You can play knight c3 soon. You can take this pawn soon. You have good space here in the middle. These pawns can be quite weak. And there's definitely a way to get a kingside attack. I mean, look, the only good move here is f3. Point is, this pawn is undefended. It cannot be defended adequately. So f3, g takes f3, and now most people do the mistake of g takes f3 again. Now you can just take with the queen, and again, big problem. Here, if they try to play queen e7 to defend, you can hit them with a move like bishop g5. Look at this. This is terrifying. Queen d7, now you can play rook f1. What is stopping that? What is stopping this? Anything can happen. Now you can play knight c3, knight d5. It's a massive attack, and black will end up losing. That was just an example of what can happen. Now, if they play d6 instead, you will just take that. It's as simple as that. Most people end up playing bishop takes g4 here, which is just a mistake. The queen takes, the queen can take here, the queen has good eyes everywhere. It is just not good at all. And if they decide to play knight f6 instead, after you take, if they take this, this is a mistake again, so they'll probably take on e4. Now, you can play d3. You probably won't face this, and if you do, they won't know what they're doing. I mean, most people will end up playing knight f6, thinking it's just retreating, it's a good move, but you can hit them with queen e2. The game is already done. If the queen blocks, you can take like that. If the bishop blocks, you can still take like that. Black has lost the game. In under 10 moves, it's done. I just showed you why this gambit can be so dangerous. In all of those scenarios, white ended up destroying in less than 10 moves. Now going back here, we're just going to have a look at d5. Most beginners will absolutely not find this. If they do, you will just play d4, giving up another pawn to play knight takes g5. They will probably play the move knight f6. You could take that pawn, but then they can play h6. It's not too pleasant. You could also just play knight c3, putting more pressure on this. In many cases, you'll end up winning both pawns back, no problem. That was the g5 variation. Now I'm going to show you the other variations. One very good move is to move d6. I've put a great move symbol on it because Bobby Fischer himself said this is a high-class waiting move. You'll see the point of this later. Let's say you just decide to play d4. Now, their best move is g5. If you try the same thing of h4 and then g4, you'll now notice that the knight cannot go here because of this pawn. Suddenly, the position becomes quite hard to play, as you will have to drop back to g1. So if you see d6, you shouldn't play h4. Instead, you should play the move knight c3. Simply developing your knights and putting your pawns in the center. Now, many things can happen here, but let me show you a fun variation. If they play g4 now, what you are going to do is sacrifice your knight. If they take, again, queen takes f3, the point is you gave up all of that for this massive laden development. The computer doesn't like this, but it can be very dangerous if your opponent doesn't know what he's doing. Other than that, there is the move knight f6, which is also quite good. If you see knight f6, you'll just play e5. Most people end up playing knight d5 because they don't really know what they're doing. In case of this, knight c3, knight takes, d takes, opening up the center, you'll just take this back soon, say d6, bishop takes f4. They can't take like this because of this, and this is a very pleasant situation for white. If they do know what they're doing and play knight h5 instead, you can just play d4. Again, you have good space in the center. This is opening up. You have a knight here while they have a knight on the edge. It's going to be difficult for your opponent. Then there's also the move knight c6. This is probably the worst move here, because you can just play d4. Now there's options like g5, d5. There's moves like if d5, take like this, queen takes, knight c3. This is very tame. It's going to be easy to deal with. And now let's go all the way back to the beginning. What if they don't take this? What if they play a move like knight c6? If you see knight c6, you will not take this. Because again, queen h4. Big mistake. So instead of that, you will just play knight f3 like usual. and you're fine. This is a normal position. If they take, you push this, it transposes into a different variation that I just showed. It's quite normal. It's not going to be any sort of problem. In case of the move d6, continuing to decline the gambit, you can just play knight c3, or you can play a move like bishop c4. It's all fine in the end. They will keep developing. You can play a move like d3. You'll play knight c3, castle. Very simple. No problem. If they play d6 directly, the best move here is not knight f3, because if they take now, it transposes back into the Fischer defense, which you don't want to be playing against. Instead of that, the best move here is d3. Yes, it blocks your bishop, but you're stopping any sort of transposition. If they take now, bishop takes f4. No problem. If they play knight c6, now you can play knight f3. If they really play anything, you can play knight f3. It doesn't really matter. You're just going to have to deal with this bishop being blocked for now. That was just a quick video explaining all the lines and variations of the King's Gambit. This is a super fun opening. I have a lot of fun playing this. Although the engine doesn't really like it, and at top level it isn't very great, it can work perfectly in the lower levels. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It boosts my channel and helps a lot. Bye bye.